What's up, everybody? Oh. Alright, welcome to the stream. I was just checking something from yesterday. Let me mark up the midnight opening. I was recording a video and it took me longer than I expected, but yesterday I kind of realized like we were streaming and I had paid no mind to this sweep, even though this isn't really a sweep. This isn't really a short-term high. This is more of the short-term high there. So I mean, like, I guess it's okay that I let that go, but I have to make a decision whether this was part of my model or not, because I don't usually take sweeps or 930s, like, you know, immediately sweeps, and it's not, I don't know, like this would be more of the kind of sweep that one candle higher and lower, that would be like more of the sweep I'd like. Or if you look at some of my past trades, you can kind of get, this one is a nice one, that one candle, you know, like this, comparing it to, you know, the sweep that I just seen. This is not a right trade, but I'm looking back at, you know, giving you examples of the nice sweeps that I'd like to see, and comparing it to yesterday's sweep, it wasn't, you know, yesterday's sweep was a lot more spaced out, like way more spaced out. So I don't know, I'm not beating myself up over it, but I see we have one person watching the stream. Welcome to the stream. Don't be shy. Don't be too shy to say hi. So, yeah, I mean, let's just first thing I want to make sure is that the Dow isn't, yeah, so the Dow isn't doing anything too crazy. It seems to be moving somewhat with the NASDAQ. 930 just sent it lower. Oh, what's that? Is that the Esco? Dang. Okay, huge opening on gold. The dollar, see, this is gold. Dollar strong, gold is strong. I think the dollar is really starting this bigger rally higher, and that's going to pump a lot of markets higher and risk a potential collapse. Hello to Gallagher. Hey, how you doing, man? How you been? I don't really expect too much this morning. I know yesterday morning I should have looked short. That was a really nice trade. But it is what it is. I rewatched the live stream, and as that sweep was happening, I was looking at other markets. Like, I just wasn't really expecting that to be a sweep. Well, I just didn't see it as a sweep. This high was too spaced out. It was too far apart. The high here and that high there. The time in between, it was too far apart. But oh well, it is what it is. And 9:30 open. I usually haven't tried to trade that too much recently. Right now we have a lot of consolidation, so not very directional, which is good because it can mean that there's a lot of volatility that's waiting to come into the market. That could occur only this afternoon though with FOMC, but there are 10 o'clock news like pending home sales, which could produce some volatility. I'm gonna be going to Vegas 2 days. This Friday I'll be in Vegas, so I'm gonna be doing some vlogging maybe, and I'm definitely gonna take a few videos that I'm gonna post, maybe some shorts. I'm gonna be trading, hopefully if I have the time, in the Chicago airport, because I have a layover that lines up perfectly with the hours to trade. Just immediately, I'm not too impressed with this price action. I mean, it's just going back and forth. Large wicks lower, large wicks higher, but there is FOMC this afternoon, so it's not too expected. I have a feeling like it's just gonna kind of chop around within this entire range, because usually if it weren't to chop around, it'd probably have showed a different characteristic at 9:30. And I mean, I'm not surprised if it's going to consolidate, because some mornings when there's news ahead of FOMC are still nice, but this conference is very important because a lot of people are saying that they should cut. Some of the Fed members are saying that they should cut, and some of the other Fed members, the majority isn't. So there's growing concern for cuts, in the public as well as among the actual members in the Fed. And when people ask them the questions when they ask Powell questions in the press conference, what Powell's answers will be are going to and at the same time they're approaching that 4 or 5 year mark where they need to now announce how they're going to conduct themselves with monetary policy. Once again, like, they need to send an update. We're coming up with that time, and so there's a lot of questioning, like, oh, like, how are you going to behave yourself now in the next 5 years? And a lot of people are waiting to hear what that's going to be. So that's not what's going to happen today. It's just that because people are just not really sure, there's a lot of guessing that's done and gambling, decisions that are made on both sides of the market, which is why we might be more likely to consolidate and not have the majority of people agree on one thing. Like, if everyone expect rate cuts, then the market's going to behave a certain way. But I think right now people really just don't know what to expect. I mean, most people expect them to stay stable, but there's a growing concern that maybe actually in the future, by the end of the year, we may not be cutting, or we may have to cut, or cut more than they thought. And I don't know, there's just a lot of different opinions right now I'm seeing in the market about the interest rates. So this meeting this afternoon is going to be very important. It's going to be very telling. And I think there's a lot of volatility. There's a lot of orders, money on the sideline until then. But it's not going to stop me from trading because there's still 10 o'clock red news. If I can find something, then I'll find something. If not, then it's okay. I'm not considering any sweeps right now because looking at it without the wicks, I don't see any sweeps. There is some sort of sweep lower, like we do take out this low here. Right before 9:30 though, so that's why I'm not taking that. But let's see what the 1 minute looks like. Damn. This inverse value gap, I'd expect this to hold price. If there was, because I'm seeing that there was a nice sweep ahead of 9:30. So that's not my model, but there was a nice sweep ahead of 9:30 with us sweeping these lows, that consolidation. We're rejecting these highs though, so now if we were to reject it again, that'd be more choppy or bearish. But I don't know, price seems to also, it's possible that it might want to run to this high. In that case, I'd want to close above these highs here and displace. But if we keep rejecting them like this and we start to pull back closer to that level, I'd eventually, the expectation for this level to not hold price would grow. What's up? Aloha Nolani. Have you taken a trade this morning? He's the 9:30 trader. 9:30 opening trader. Nice. Long? Nice. Is it long or short though? I'm guessing you saw the sweep of the lows, London lows. Go on the 15-minute chart. Oh. So I'm guessing you saw the sweep of a lows, and then you decided to drop down and look for that inverse for value gap setup. I water for the first 5-minute longs. Waited. Oh. I was like, huh? But where'd you get in? Good job waiting for the sweep. I'm guessing it's something like this. Anyways, let me know right after the sweep. So you, like, yeah, give me a price. You know, like we trade the same thing. Alright, whatever. Hopefully it works out. But anyways, I got my friend in Discord. We're gonna watch the charts, me and him. Just kind of tape read. But let me set up his mic so the stream can hear him. Yeah, it's okay. I get it. Just let me know later when you can. I'm just curious. Yo, what's up? What's good?
Yo, what's up?
Hey man.
Are you streaming?
Yeah, I'm streaming right now. What are you seeing in price? You like it?
No.
No?
Not at all.
Not all? Yeah, me neither, bro. I'm not fucking with this price action.
Just look at the Dow.
It's just super restricted too. I don't even want to look at the Dow, bro. I feel like I'm gonna break my screen or something. But it's just super restricted. Like every time we take out a low or high, we're just retracing, and that's typical in seek and destroy conditions.
Was enough for me before even looking at anything else was the 5-minute 930 candle. That big
Oh
wick
yeah,
that reached lower and
yeah,
filled
yeah,
the opening range gap.
yeah.
That was quits from there.
Because the thing is, like, it went down and swept London, but the bodies didn't do shit. Like the bodies are
Yeah.
closing higher. It's not sweeping any of the bodies on a higher time frame. So it's like hard for me to trust that we're not still in a consolidation, that we've actually manipulated. Because turning off the wicks, it doesn't look like we've had manipulation. So like I wouldn't want to be long right now, because I see there's more liquidity lower to sell than there is higher. Like we at least longs we look like we've had an aggressive move higher, took out London highs, and now we've pulled back to go lower, but yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, Nolani. I completely shit on your trade. Uh, I'm sorry, but yeah, that's don't let me persuade you though. You did a good job taking the trade. Is that what you're also thinking? Like, are we in the same space, or you have a different opinion?
No, we're in the same space. There,
Okay.
yeah. Something that I've been trying to implement recently is the opening range gap, like how price treats it
Does
on the
anybody else
930 open.
Does anybody
Usually,
else have any
the
opinions?
best sweeps that happen is, let's say we have sell side and the opening range gap opens lower. I want to see price with proper bodies fill the opening range gap and also take the sell side in the same time. And that's missing here is how we did it. So if you turn on the RTH hours, you can see that the wick that filled the RTH gap is just a wick, and the body is let me measure it actually. The body, I think it's not even 5 points. The body's half a point, so it's not really convicted to go anywhere. So I think it's just best to stay away right now.
Wait, sorry, what which body's half a point?
The 9:35 minute.
The 9:35. Oh, in the 5 minute. Yeah. Yeah, it's just not convincing that we swept or even filled the regular. I don't really look at the regular trading hours anymore, but yeah, and I know what you mean. It wouldn't really be too convincing. It looks like it could have just overshot.
I don't know how I'm feeling about long anymore after today's 9 o'clock and 8 o'clock hours.
I can't.
If you look on the 1 hour chart, it's clear that Asia trended higher, London had a retracement lower, and what you'd expect if you were bullish is for price to go back higher and engulf London's range lower and use that as an order block. But price is not doing that at all. So I think maybe seeing movement lower for some time.
I think hold on, can you hear me? Okay, no, yeah, I'm muted. Alright, I can't do anything about it. I'm not on my computer. Oh, hold on, let me tell them. So I'm just answering a chat. I'll answer you right after. I can't do anything about it. I'm not by my computer. Yeah, it's good. That's why I'm even if you were by your computer, I might be wrong. So don't let my opinion make you feel bad about it, because I could always be wrong. It's just what I think. I'm just being honest. But yeah, I might be completely wrong. You might be right. Then you laugh at me later. But it is what it is. You did a good job of taking the trade. It's your model. Either way, that's what's important. A good shit. We making bread either way. Yeah, sorry. So you were talking about the London creating an order block on what time frame?
Yeah, I was talking hourly or the 4 hour. Both work. But what I was saying is Asia trended higher, and then London traded back into Asia's range, creating sort of retracement.
Yeah.
And then if you had intentions for price to move higher, then you'd expect London range to be close through and use the support, but obviously
no.
So I think that we may be seeing the flip for a while.
I think it's mainly the indecisiveness that price went up and then it went down, it went down and it went all the way up, and it's like, I think if you were to measure the high and low of the day, or so far the 9:30 to current time range, we're probably gonna more likely see prices kind of consolidate around 50%.
What do you think about the interest rate decision today?
It's very it could be very impactful. I mean, you have so many people. Some of the Fed members want cuts, and most of the Fed members don't want cuts. The market was also expecting 2 rate cuts by the end of the year, and we're like more than halfway through the year. We have only 5 more meetings left, including this one. So wait, we don't have an August. So that means they wouldn't be able to cut August. But there's one September. That's one. October, November. No, so I think we only have 4 meetings. So I don't think there's one December. I don't know. If there's one December, it's 5.
Forecast says stabilize. Forecast says they'll stabilize.
Yes, they'll remain the same. Yeah, but some of the Fed members want cuts. They're voting for cuts, but most don't want cuts yet. However, there was also a lot of pressure from Trump to cut rates, so that could have an effect on it. And a lot of people are backing Trump and want rate cuts without understanding the Federal Reserve is not going to cut rates, even though if they fire Jerome Powell, the board is still going to vote, and nothing is going to change. I don't think Trump has as much influence as people think he has. But obviously it's about what people think. They're expecting rate cuts and they're operating as if there's higher inflation expectations. Then they're gonna, markets are gonna behave a certain way. But I just think that the majority of people are not aligned. There's just too much opinions right now, and that's why we're seeing price being undecisive. I mean,
Yes.
sometimes ahead of
Yeah.
FOMC, it's really nice. It moves, but that's when people expect what's going to happen, and FOMC doesn't make that much movement. But yeah, I would be interested in seeing how price is going to react this afternoon. It's going to be exciting. I'm definitely going to keep a lot
Yeah.
of my energy for that. Like, I'm looking at this market, and even though there might be a trade, like, I don't think it's worth it because this afternoon is going to be so much. I think it's going to be so much more impactful.
Yeah. I agree 100%. The last time that I saw the interest rate decision do something like this, where the entire morning very indecisive, was last year in August, so almost a year ago.
Oh yeah.
Remember when we, yeah, remember when we were talking about that,
Yeah,
about
yeah.
how,
Let's look at that
how
price
was
action.
if you want to go back and share your screen, what about go on your stream?
Yeah. You want me to share my screen or? Yeah, it'll be better if I share my screen.
Yeah, then there'd be echo.
Yeah. When was that?
Wait, I think I can find the exact date.
Wait, there was a FOMC in August. I thought there was none.
Oh, no, there was.
Oh, no, there was. No, I swear
Let
there's
me.
no meeting in August.
I'm pretty sure I remember it being August.
Nah, bro. I think it was. Oh no. It was July 31st. That's why. Basically
Oh,
the same. Yeah, the 30th. Today we're the
mhm.
30th. Before it was the 31st. But there is no meeting in August. It's a break that they have. But the 31st of July there was, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think I was
They
mistaken.
they kept them stable too, but that was another time where they were getting ready to possibly cut, and there was a lot of question around that whether a lot of people thought that they should have cut a long time ago. A lot of people wanted
Yeah,
them to cut more aggressively, and I remember that period. But it was on a
let's
Wednesday.
review the price action.
We'll start with the previous day. The price super bearish, immediate rebalance scenario I had in mind from Friday. I'm waiting to see heavy lower prices from now on. If this does not occur, then we trade back into the range. I would be expecting a reversal. Price return once more to the bearish order block from yesterday before continuing another run lower. Okay. In the morning, price reversals watching 15-minute City, which was created. We quickly wicked into it. This is a catalyst to go to the lower time frame, look for an entry. It was actually very similar price action too. I feel like at least no, not really to be
Tendency.
honest. Not really to be honest. There wasn't really that good of a trade at all. There was a sweep, but the bodies didn't sweep. This wasn't really good. But for Wednesday, a big bullish day. This invalidates my bias to trade lower. So price may be looking for more premium. Conveniently at a 20-day look back period, I will proceed with caution because of invalidation of bias. My next target is to move to the new day opening gap. Oh, I didn't really
Yeah,
break
and this
down
was.
FOMC like that.
Yeah, but we can see from the time that most of the movement was after
Yeah, it was
the
definitely
inform.
after 12.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm expecting the same thing for today, really.
yeah, for sure. And I think,
Inactivity
but
prior.
I think this is gonna be even more impactful because at least last year it actually trended, but here it just
It's pure
it's pure just
sideways. Yeah.
garbage.
Hmm.
Jesus, bro. A USD JPY is looking crazy.
I don't look at forex too much at all, actually.
Hmm? Alright, let me look at the Dow. You said earlier you asked me to look at the Dow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not looking too crazy. It's pretty in line.
You sure?
Not like body wise, but I don't know. Directionally, it looks like it's.
But
Directionally,
I
it's in
think
line.
it may look in line, but I think that's just chop. I don't think it's really
Yeah.
directionally going anywhere.
I mean, I think directionally it's favoring lower. If you were to short, like the odds would be you'd make money to short. Like, sorry, if you were to trade, the odds would be you'd make money to short. Like it's they're both going lower, at least is what I'm seeing.
I don't know. I think it's just caught in a bit of chop, and it's making you think that it's in line. Something like that happened yesterday, pre-o'clock news. It looked like it was in line. I thought that it was in line, but it was really just a bunch of chop. And
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, it's possible. I mean, yeah, that either way, it's chop. I wouldn't want to trade. But if we see manipulation though, and then the Dow is also manipulating, then it. I guess I'd confirm whether it's efficient or not. I'm going to
nice, short model
though. Today short.
Yeah, but it's just very wiki. I think that's my main problem with it. But other than
Wait,
that,
really?
it's not terrible.
Where do you see your short term high?
At the pre-market high at 8:45, the 5-minute chart, and then 9:30 ran up and took that high, and we had a nice body sweep.
Yeah, yesterday when you were trying to long at 10, post 10, why didn't you consider a short after taking out the 805 high?
Because I was bullish on the daily.
Okay, so you had a bias.
Yeah.
Me, I don't know why I didn't try and trade short. I just didn't even consider it. I didn't even think it could be a sweep. Even though I wanted to go lower, I was calling it lower on stream. Like, I don't know, it didn't see it as a sweep. But it's not really like a sweep, it's kind of spaced out.
Yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't
It's kind of like after the fact.
trade short.
Yeah, this kind of like in hindsight, I'm seeing how this actually worked well, and I'm trying to convince myself that it was like a nice sweep, but I don't think it was.
Yeah. But would you not take the run on the 850 high today?
No, it's just way too wiki, like you said.
One thing that would most likely ick me away from taking a short on the 845 high is 930. I hate when 930 has a like a spike where it spikes in both ways. Whenever that happens, it should just be a clear signal for me just to stay away. Whenever that happens, it means poor market conditions.
When it has when it has huge spikes, you said?
Like when it spikes in both ways, when it goes up and down,
Oh,
up
yeah,
and
yeah,
down,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then it's
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, I mean, especially if it
The best
wicks.
trade, the best trade that I've ever had was 930 would manipulate one way, and then the macro of 930 would, or 910 would distribute another way. Those are like the A plus trades.
Hmm. Oh, I got an email from a law firm in Panama.
What are they saying?
Um, it's about July 25th. The National Immigration Service of Panama issued an official statement confirming it will begin to strictly enforce Article 313 of Executive Decree Number 320, dated August 8, 2008. Legal requirement has existed for several years. Penalties had not been applied in practice. As of this notice, any resident whose address is not updated in the immigration registry must pay a fine of some currency bullshit when submitting the update. Okay, this is not important for me. I thought it was about moving to Panama. I had been interested in moving to Panama.
What's in Panama?
But if you had $1 million, you could move to Panama and just invest it smart and make passive income and just live, raise a family.
Best in what?
Hmm?
What in why Panama?
Well, I don't know. You could do a dividend portfolio. You could do bonds. Like think about it, 4% a year. If you $1 million into bonds, short-term bonds, 4% a year. That's really good. It's like 40K a year, and that's like a whole
It's like
salary. In Panama, the currency isn't as expensive as the United States, so you have a lot more buying power. 40K a year could get you a nice apartment, stable life, I guess. And if you have more money on the side you trade with, all that extra money is money you could spend and travel with and all that.
mhm. One thing, I don't know if this is, and you could try to give me some of your insight here, but one thing that I consider heavily whenever considering a country in the future is time zones. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's
Oh yeah, yeah.
like how it align, like how it aligns with
I mean, Panama's like
New
the same time
York.
zone as New York.
Yeah, well, I'm not talking about Panama exactly here, but I just mean in general, like
Yeah.
um,
What would be the best your perfect time zones?
honestly, Dubai is great. It's perfect.
But you can't.
3:30 p.m. is 9:30.
Wait. So what time in Dubai right now? I have it on my phone. It's 6 o'clock, right?
What?
It's 6 in the evening.
Um, oh, wait, my phone.
Just to see as they
No, it's 4. It's 4.
What the heck? Why do I have 6? My
4 o'clock.
phone. I have a widget on my phone. It says it's 6.
Oh. 9:30 is at 3:30, and now it's 10 o'clock in New York, so it's 4 p.m.
Are you downtown Dubai?
I'm so confused. Let me wait.
Dubai
Time
UAE.
in Dubai. What does this show?
Bro, Dubai UAE. It says 1809.
Fuck, I have my phone on Jordan time.
Okay.
Yeah. It says 6:09 p.m. in Dubai, yeah.
So 9:30 open would be 5:30.
5:30, yeah.
Do you think that's good? I don't know. I don't know if I like that. It's like at the end of the
Honestly,
day.
if you're working a like morning job and you're trading as as a beginner and it's not your high performance job, I
No, no,
think
no.
it's
If you're completely if you have the option, you have enough money to go. You're a trader. You have enough money to go anywhere you want. You can pick any times
uh,
when you want. You don't need to work. Like I don't know.
a high
At
performance.
5:30, I like to be. It's the end of the day. I like to like link people, like hang out. In the morning, I feel like I'm
No,
always the most productive.
I don't know. It's it's easy for me to say. I'd like to be in the afternoon, but
Oh, however though, London is at 9 though, right? Wouldn't London be at 9?
yeah, it will be early in the morning.
So actually, it's not even that bad.
What about you? What do you prefer to have your trading in the morning, or would you rather have it at night? Because I know some people from like servers on Discord that trade New York at like 3 a.m.
Oh yeah,
They
yeah.
have like
I'd rather have London, like, I'd rather have London, like, a nice time would be like 6 a.m., 7 a.m., and then New York
yeah,
is in 1 p.m., 12. That'd be ideal. I feel like then I could have like a
yeah,
nice office day, um, and then I have the evenings to myself. But yeah, I guess it's meant if I want to live in Dubai short term, I wouldn't mind. But if I go somewhere like Europe, like the Netherlands, I think, or some. I wonder actually what time is it in the Bahamas. I think Europe is probably like the best spot.
about just living in New York.
Yeah. Well, New York. You mean living in New York?
Yeah,
Actually, would be so sick. I wouldn't actually. I might go live in Toronto for a little bit too. It's just taxes. It would pay a lot of taxes. Like I'd have the comfort of having a nice time zone and being in a really sick city, but I'd have to give up so much comfort. Sorry, sorry. Taxes. I'd have to pay so much taxes. It's also super expensive to live in New York. You ever thought of China?
ever since you've spoken to me about China's like architecture, I've been seeing so much videos on how they like build water reservoirs, and they build like some actually insane stuff like floating office buildings, not floating, but like floating office buildings that like go above roads and parks, and it's actually insane. I don't know how it would fit in there, just the culture and the people, language, that everyone live there. But it is a crazy country. It actually is. It's an
Global
insane country.
global ranking skyscraper metrics. So by number of buildings over 150 meters, Hong Kong is number one, Shenzhen number two, New York City, and Hong Kong is number one by twice, almost twice New York City, and then fourth is Dubai, then fifth is Guangzhou. The three of
What?
those are Chinese.
Bro, look at what I just sent you. That is insane.
Groceries in China is cheap apparently. I'm told. Yo, what the heck?
That's insane.
What is this?
I have no idea.
Like
But
what? You don't see that in New
apparently,
York. Wait. Ask
apparently it's some
ChatGPT.
government.
Where is that? It's some government building, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Apparently, wait. Here's another picture. The- that's insane. That's an insane building. What the hell?
I'm seeing a
I think the
lot of.
craziest building that
Wait,
like
go
look at
ahead.
this. Like, what
Yeah,
on earth is this? How are you?
that's just crazy. It
They're playing.
that's
They're playing Minecraft.
they're literally playing Minecraft. But check out Guangzhou. It
How do you
looks
spell
Guangzhou.
that?
That just looks like a stunning city. Like I don't know the it's not like the biggest city, but the buildings there are just advanced. It's like Dubai.
Yeah. Yeah, this really does look like downtown Dubai. I think the craziest piece of architecture that Dubai has is the frame. It's nothing compared to this.
Mhm. Oh God, I don't know. China is definitely sick, but the time zones, I don't know if they would line up. Look, I just sent you.
What the hell?
Look at this. That's Hong Kong. I just sent you Hong Kong.
Yeah, but isn't China the third like it's the third biggest superpower there in the world? It's USA and then Russia and then China.
Yeah, it's just China has less land than USA, so they have like they
I've
can
never seen.
build a lot more. Like
Is
they
Russia on the same level?
Russia, I'm not sure. No, I don't think so. Like Russia has so much open space, but China has such small space. They've just been a power for so long. Like they've built so much, and they've innovated too. Like United States has got a lot of big cities. Like overall, United States has a lot less people, but it's got more. I think it has a lot more like space and more buildings, like on average. Um, but I don't know. Some of these cities in China are just insane, like unbelievable. Japan
Russia
too.
isn't as on the same level. As, like the best pictures that I can find of Russia is like the proper cultural stuff.
Yeah,
The
Japan too might actually be a little sick. It might be easier to live there.
about the culture and stuff. What about the
The
food that they have
culture,
there and the
I know Japan. The culture is very
standard?
welcoming. Very
Really?
welcoming there. Yeah.
I've heard. I don't know if how true this is. This is just. I'm not saying this is based off anything. But I've heard that they're very. What do you? I guess racist.
Japan. Oh, I mean, it's to be expected. The nationals are gonna be racist. Yeah, but I mean, like it's the same thing here. It's the same thing in Dubai.
What? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe the racism in Dubai here is. I think it's mostly directed towards um Indians and Pakistanis and stuff. But
Yeah,
I
but
think
it's
it's.
it's the same thing here too. We direct most of our racisms towards Asian people and Indians because they're the majority immigrant population.
Yeah, but in Japan, I feel like it's towards everyone, or China, it's towards everyone who's not Japanese or Chinese.
Yeah, because that's the. But it's the same in Dubai. The nationals here, the police will favor the nationals. That they have more power than the others, and they tend to be more condescending. It's just like in every country, if you have a different race, you're naturally not gonna want to get along. Like you need to. Like people will feel more comfortable with others from their own race rather than different races naturally. I'm not saying everybody, and I'm not saying you can't be comfortable, but like on the first sight, you're gonna be more comfortable seeing somebody of your own race, your own family, rather than and yeah, my friend who's Japanese says that you're right. They are racist.
Yeah.
And she says it's
Um,
clean in
for
Japan though.
listen,
It's really clean.
for example, in a case of you're pure Canadian, yeah, you're 100% Canadian.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Would you rather um live in a place where it's all Canadians around you, or would you rather move to a country where it's a whole bunch of nationalities are
I mean,
different from you?
I'm very biased, but I'd rather live in a different nationalities.
What?
Yeah, I don't like Canada.
Why not?
Oh, I just think like we were such a great country before, but like I don't know, we fucked up. Like look at how big our country is. We're right next to the United States, and what do we have to show for it? Like we fucked up the country so much, and there's so many immigrants. It's not even like a country anymore. It's just like a hub for immigrants, really, at this point.
Yeah, well, maybe you have a point, but at the end of the day, it is your country.
Yeah, well, no, it's not. I live on this earth, not that country. I don't worship countries.
That's an interesting way to look at it. I don't know, honestly, the way that I've been raised, especially with my country, is that people have lots of pride in where they're from, and you're supposed to be, proud of where you're from. I don't know how it is, how you were taught to
If you were born
defend
in,
your country.
if you were born into Nazi Germany, would you be proud?
That's a good point. But We're both not from Nazi Germany.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I like Canada, but it's nice to visit. I know some good quiet parts of it, but there's like there's Canada all the way on the right and all the way on the left. Like I'm talking about Vancouver, and then Montreal and Toronto. Like we're just fucked areas. Anything in the middle is nice. I feel like they have their own culture. I have never been there, but I feel like the people there are different. But I mean, like the immigrants just flock into all these big cities, and nowadays you go outside and you just every street you turn you see somebody who's not white, like you see somebody who's from a different culture, and while that's nice and all, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that like there's just a lot of it, and it destroys your culture, your identity as a Canadian, because you just have so many different cultures.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Whereas somebody from Hawaii, like in my chat, somebody saying they have a lot of pride from where they're from. They're like more unique. They have more traditions. They have different foods. They have a lot of things that like are very unique and special to that culture. So they have more things to be proud of. But I just feel like, what do I have to be proud of, bro? Like, what is our food? Poutine? You know what poutine is?
No idea.
It's fries with gravy and cheese. That's a national food, brother. This is like diabetes. They've taken things that exist in other countries and they just put it together to make it an abomination.
That's national food in Canada?
Yeah, that's a national food, brother. Fries, gravy, and cheese.
Gravy?
Search up poutine.
How have I never heard of this? How do I spell that?
Poutine.
I see. Canadian dish. First appeared in 1950. Quebec. It looks okay. I'm not gonna lie. I'd eat that. It doesn't look terrible.
Yeah, and it's not terrible, but like it's super unhealthy.
Do you know the national dish of my country?
Yeah, sure. Well, I don't know actually, but I was saying like, yeah, like tell me what it is.
Yeah, it's called mensaf. Let me send you a picture. It's actually very good. I actually enjoy it a lot. It's rice with what is it called? Like sour. I don't know, like sour watered down yogurt.
That actually looks
Lamb.
really good because you see, you're taking like spices. You're taking exotic ingredients. You could have so many different tastes to that dish because you're putting spices. You're actually cooking it for a while, and then like you're mixing meat with rice. It's fulfilling. Like the poutine is so basic, bro. It's like
Seems like a snack. It seems like a snack.
it's like a snack. Yeah, it seems like a fast food. This is actually a nice dish, like something you could really like feed at somewhere nice, like bougie.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's not
I
much.
take it here. You're not very happy with poutine.
Well, yeah, no, it's not very. It's not very exciting. Like fuck, I don't even eat poutine because it's not. It's unhealthy. Look, national Canadian foods.
Okay, what about the nature in Canada? What about the things, the views?
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
have such a
Oh yeah.
high expectation of Canadian nature because of the things that you send me.
Well, hold on. First
That
of
has
all, I think it's only poutine. Oh no, there's tourtière and beaver tails and timbits and Nemo bars, like all junk
Timbits is
food.
an national food. Timbits are national food from Tim Hortons.
Yes. Do you have timbits in Dubai?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay,
Of course we do.
that's a national food in Canada, but like everything we have, mostly everything we have is unhealthy. It's like maple syrup, like it's so much sugar, you know.
Oh, maple syrup is crazy. Maple syrup is amazing.
Yeah, it is, but it's so much sugar. It's not good for you, like to have that all the time. And what you put maple syrup in everything. Maple syrup puts in maple syrup, um,
Have you ever
milk.
tried maple syrup on egg, on scrambled eggs?
Yeah, maple syrup eggs. Like I've tried that. Like, bro, just this right here. I don't know what like some of these things are, but just this image right here. Let me see what that is. Top 20 Canadian dishes. Butter tarts,
You don't
that's a
shrink.
dessert. Montreal smoked meat. That's I feel like that's something. It's a smoked meat sandwich. You've had that before. That's not like
Not crazy.
it's not crazy. It's just smoked meat in a sandwich. Like whoa, we created a sandwich. We decided to put smoked meat in a sandwich. Ketchup chips. Like what the? That's the third one. Ketchup chips. I know it's Canadian. We don't really find that anywhere else. But still, salmon. I guess
Oh
yeah.
no,
We do have nice fish.
we have ketchup chips here. They're I
But
don't know how I
you
feel
also
about
have
them, but
salmon, right? You also have salmon, right?
yeah. So, but it's not the highest quality, I guess.
Yeah, like we have good salmon, but still, it's not like oh it belongs to us. You can find salmon anywhere. Nanimo bars are
Yeah.
really nice, but again, another dessert. Fucking puts in
Yeah.
tidbits.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're
Never,
saying.
you probably
Okay,
never had
Mensa.
tortilla.
Like, have you
Yeah.
ever seen a shop in Canada selling Mensa?
Selling what?
Selling Mensa, my country's national food.
Nam stuff? Nah.
Mensa.
Man stuff? No.
Mansaf.
We have Hawaiian pizza. Like, why did we invented Hawaiian pizza? We're not even Hawaiian. Like, apparently Hawaiians don't even eat Hawaiian pizza.
Okay, but come on, the nature and the land of Canada has to make up for it, and its history and the history of your ancestors, it has to make up for the poutine and everything. And it's
Okay, then we go live in the woods. Like I'm not. I don't live there. I live in Ottawa. Like I said, the middle of Canada, the BC, Calgary, the that area is really nice. Like I really like the middle part of Canada. There's some huge mountains, really nice views. Um, but
yeah.
but like they also have a culture there, but I don't live there, and I want to live in big cities. I also feel like the financial decisions of the government affect them negatively, and they're really pissed off. Like at one point, I think it was Edmonton or Saskatchewan. They wanted to like detach themselves from Canada. They wanted to become their own state. There is a party over there that wants to become its own state because they produce so much oil. They wanted a pipeline that would run through to the United States, but the Trudeau like he didn't want them to build it, so they were voted against and they weren't able to build it, and that's bad because it prevented from so many jobs being created over there that would have been so good for them. Like they're doing things the right way. They're trying to create money the right way through actually producing things, and meanwhile the big cities are just creating money through like financial markets, really the same way that most of the United States is, and it's creating a bigger wealth gap. So I don't know. I don't like. There's also another fact that a lot of the people that live in Canada are old, and they don't have much effect on inflation. I mean, I think they're super
What's the
old.
birth rate?
So no, they do have lots of effect on inflation because they have old money, and the old money in the stock market has given them many returns, and so the Canadians are basically a lot richer than they think. The older guys, and they tend to spend a lot more. Like I know my grandmother buys soda every week. She buys cake every week, and like she doesn't work. She lives on her own, but it's because of the returns in the stocks that she's able to do that and afford her house and everything, even though she doesn't work, and the cost of living is high. If it weren't for the old people, which are dying off soon, like inflation would not be as high. At the same time, these old people are not productive, so all they really do is push up inflation without actually increasing production. So it's like a false sense of inflation. That's why you see inflation is falling a lot as more of these old people start to, pass away and move on. And now we're stuck with immigrants, overpopulated country with too many immigrants and not enough means of production. We're not even in the worst times yet. Like Canada's headed towards bad direction.
How are the immigrants affecting the birth rate?
How are the immigrants affecting the birth rate? Like,
Yeah.
well, I mean, it's already, they can't find houses, so they're not going to be having many kids.
Mhm.
Birth rate is
Yeah.
declining heavily.
So, what do you mean? Most of them are just homeless, or they're living in like studios or
Oh no,
bunking?
most immigrants are renting rooms. or living in apartments with others, or on
What
the
was the whole
street.
thing? What's the whole thing with all the immigrants in Canada? I understand the immigrants in Dubai, but I don't understand the immigrants in Canada. For
Canada
why are they there?
Canada just takes in I know we took in a lot of refugees. Like they've taken a lot of refugees from Afghanistan. They've taken a lot of Asians. They've taken a lot of Indians too that moved to Canada for I'm not sure what reason. I
What?
think it's just to come to school really and to study. It's like the United States but cheaper. Politically more
But
okay to
how come
come
the US is not taking these people?
because politically the U.S. was more against it. They started having a lot of immigration, more than in Canada, and then there was some pushback from the Republicans. But there's still people going to the United States. It's just the United States is more expensive.
Yeah.
What's up, Nolani? I see got stopped up by one tick.
The
That's
one thing
okay.
that my country is facing
Wait,
is
what?
side effect of the war in Palestine and Israel. I think
Dang.
Trump recently came out and
One tick?
was talking about how
I'm so
the
sorry. Damn. Let
the
me
the,
stop. Must have been right
the
around here.
extremist group in Palestine, Hamas, they aren't agreeing to a deal with the
The
U.S.
one pizza is stupid. Yeah,
and
I agree.
so that's probably going to mean that the war is going to go on until the Palestinians are all wiped out, or they find a place to push them into, and that place may be Jordan. And if that happens, then a very similar situation of what's happening in Canada might happen here. The more dangerous side, the one that's going to be threatening to the civilians in the country, going to be the extremists moving in from Palestine,
Yeah.
Jordan, and then they're going to see it as
Wait,
a
do you
safe
think the
haven
war is
to.
gonna continue? I think Trump is anti.
Well,
Trump tends to be more anti-Semitic. I don't think he really likes Israel.
Well, with Trump, I feel like whatever he says, you can't really go with 100%. I feel like he bluffs all the time. I don't even know what to believe from what he says. But I remember he was talking about making a deal with Hamas, and then when he reached out to them, they weren't they weren't with it all, obviously. I mean, why would they? And then he came out saying, I guess Hamas wants to die. I think that's an exact quote of what he said. He said
Well,
he said that
yeah,
they just want to die.
yeah, damn.
And I think let me try to find the video. I'll send it to you. But he was saying that Hamas just wants to die. That's the main thing that's making me think the war is going to go on. And then when it goes on, it's either going to be a full-on genocide. They're going to wipe out all the Palestinians. There's not going to be any more Palestinian blood, or they're going to figure out a way to push them into surrounding countries, Egypt, Jordan, possibly Saudi Arabia,
What the heck?
maybe even lower, like UAE, maybe.
So you think
But
Trump isn't trying, or he's genuinely trying, and they just actually want to die?
honestly, I don't know what to believe. He might be lying. He might have not even reached out to them. The thing is, with this whole politics thing, I feel like it's so easy to make up things. It's so easy to lie. It's so easy to make up stories. That especially the thing with Iran, when the whole thing was happening with the air war between the 12-day war in Iran and Syria, Iran was just spewing a bunch of bullshit. It was talking about how they were destroying F-14s and destroying air defense in Israel and how they were on top of this war while they had
Yeah,
their entire skies taken over. And the same thing with Israel.
yeah. I saw
Israel lying
memes
about
about
how,
that. It was like a paper plane
yeah,
that they shot down. Like, what the fuck?
they were using Arma 3 footage to
Okay, no, that's hilarious. No
I'm not even
way.
joking. They
They're
were they were
they're
posting armored footage, and they were saying that we shot down a F-14 or whatever fight fighter
what the
jet,
heck, bro?
and
That's
they
a video game.
and they were exploded. Yeah, wait, let me find it. Let me find it.
No way.
Let me-
So this is all just a publicity stunt. This is what makes me think that there's somebody like orchestrating this so that it's a distraction. I need to probably make
It
my
was a video of
stops
like
bigger because it happened twice where my trade idea worked out, but I got stopped out for this week. It's okay, all my data for my new model. Alright, good job, good job. Sorry, you were gonna say something, Omar? The video?
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say that the video was like it was Armor 3 footage of cruise missiles being sent up in the air. I'm pretty sure I can find it. But,
Oh.
yeah, anyway, the whole point is that the whole thing that's about Israel and Palestine and Iran and the U.S. It's I feel like you can't trust anything that they say. It's like you have to go see for yourself what's. And the only way that you can see for yourself is through media, and the media is often altered. So, like it's not like I don't know what to think. I don't know if Trump even reached out to Hamas and tried to make a deal with them. I don't know if they maybe they agreed, but Trump is just um, brushing them off just to continue the genocide. You know,
That's
who knows?
suck.
Who knows?
I had a I had a friend from Palestine who he's from Palestine. He has direct family that were like targeted by the conflict, and he never liked Trump. He said that Trump is going to be very bad for Palestine, but he also seems to be anti-Semitic in other places. I don't know if that's how the media is painting him out to be. Like I don't know. There's so many difference of opinions. It's hard to know what to believe. That's why I just don't involve myself. I never give my opinion on it. I just say like these are in my opinion, they're just kids. They're the way I see it. It's just a bunch of kids fighting a war.
Yeah. No, all war is bad.
Mhm.
There's nothing really good to be gained from war.
Yeah, no one ever gains anything from war. But that's also why I believe that the fact that Israel and Iran are going into war. Who started? Was it Iran or Israel? Like it's
It
so hard to
was
know this time. The 12-day war. I think it was Israel.
well,
They targeted some of the nuclear scientists in Iran.
yeah,
They
yeah,
assassinated
you're right.
a lot of them, and then
It was
Iran fired back with missiles. So I mean, yeah, it's just the most probable thing would be that they just that Iran wants to no that Israel wants to just get rid of Iran, just take over the Middle East.
I probably think that is though. That seems so problematic and it's gonna bring a lot of problems towards the US. A lot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look, I found it. I found it. Okay, let me send you. How do I share posts from Twitter? Oh yeah. Look.
You sure? Let's see it. Wait, this is Arma 3?
That's Arma 3. There was another one though, the one that I'm trying to find. Like it was like gameplay footage of like a bunch of trucks with cruise missiles on the back of them being lined up in the desert and like just firing into the air.
Wait, this is from a video
Find it.
game? This is from Arma 3.
Yeah, it is from Arma 3, yeah.
How did they. It must have been a mod then. Yeah.
Of course. Of course, yeah.
My goodness.
It's not hard to mod Arma 3 at all.
Oh my god, that actually makes me kind of mad.
Makes you kind of mad.
Yeah.
Why does it make you mad?
Well, like, I don't know. You don't think that, like, everybody shared this, it went so viral, and there was so much, like, I remember seeing the news about how they shot down that and then people probably thought it was worse than it seemed when it was just a video game.
Well, one thing that you have to consider, and this is one thing that my dad also told me. He told me that Iran has people. It has a group of proud people of their country. If they saw what was happening in the war for what it is, it would the whole country, the people of the country would be destroyed.
Yeah.
Because to not put it any less than it was, they were getting destroyed. Israel had sky control of Iranian military bases in 3 days. When does that ever happen?
Yeah.
So if that was exposed to the public, you saw a couple of videos of Iranian civilians once once they heard news that Iran sent a missile on Israel and they destroyed a SAM system, whatever the fuck. And they would go out in the street and start celebrating and start putting music and driving around on bikes and cheering while they were getting destroyed. And then a couple of days later, they have bunker busting bombs getting thrown on them. So it was a poor move from Iran, obviously, for being too proud and trying to keep its people satisfied with their country. And it costed them 1,000+ lives,
Yeah.
at the end of the war when the US sent the B-2 bombers to deploy 3,000-pound bombs into the bunkers, and that killed many people, many people. And I think that could have been avoided if the leader of Iran was a little bit more transparent about the situation and wasn't losing his fucking mind trying to basically, in a sense, bomb the US. So I was telling my brother and my dad that this guy, the leader of Iran, his name's Ghanem, he lost his mind. He genuinely lost his mind. I don't
Yeah.
know what he was planning on doing. Was he just planning on uploading more Arma 3 videos and masking them as what's happening in the war, and then people go out and celebrate, and the next day they get bombed?
Yeah.
I don't know what was the plan there.
It's not about. It's not about
Cost.
like the. Oh, like look, we're better than you. Like, nah. It's not about the glory.
They
Like
had 1,000+
this guy snapped.
I don't know what was up with them, but uh, yeah, that was that. They ended the war with a couple of bombs, a couple of 3,000-pound bombs. Iran has been set back. Iran has been set back a couple of decades in nuclear arms production. I don't think they're going to be having a nuclear weapon anytime soon. But until then, they're pretty much neutralized. The only
Yeah.
thing that Israel is working on is taking over Palestine. That may be for the canal that they be able to produce by taking over Gaza. But other than that, honestly, I don't believe it's just a pure hatred for Palestinians. I feel like Palestinians make it seem like that. They make it seem like Israel is just a bunch of evil people that want to murder children and murder women. That's not negating the fact that there has been women and children murdered in Palestine, but it's also ignoring what valuable stuff that Palestine has that Israel wants from them, like the production of the canal that could be formed into the entire Middle East, and then they would have to be just reliant on the canal that is running through Egypt and how Egypt has full control of that. Also, the one that runs through Iran, and obviously,
Yeah. Economically,
they're
they
not
would
going to have
be. Economically, it would be much better.
yeah,
It'd favor Israel.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
If they had Gaza economically, there'd be billions of dollars in shipments from ports from the West,
Yeah.
and they would have full control over that. So that would be crazy. It's like they would own the Middle East, basically. There would be no reason for the U.S. to pay Egypt anymore to have shipments through their canal, and the entire side of where Yemen and Oman is, and where UAE is, and Bahrain and Iran and Iraq. That whole side will be useless. They can just nuke them, and it wouldn't change anything because then they would still have the port that runs through Israel.
Mhm.
So I think that's maybe a big factor of why they want Palestine,
No,
other than just
definitely,
the land of trying to own
definitely.
their promised land. Anyway, I don't think there's going to be any trades forming anytime soon until maybe the afternoon after the release. But do you want to play Rainbow
You know,
until
I was
then?
about to ask you. I'm about to end my stream. But yeah, let me
I'm gonna close motion and trading.
say goodbye. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching. I'll probably come back in the afternoon, maybe stream FOMC if I can. I do have to get ready for Vegas, and pack my suitcases and stuff at some point today. But I hope everybody has a good day and good luck for the rest of the day. We'll see if I'm back later or not. Goodbye, Nolani. I'm gonna go back to some journal. Talk to you later. That's good. You do that. I'm excited to read your journal, and yeah, hopefully everybody else is staying consistent with their things. But yeah, check